ambient light conditions. Click on Menu, select Dimming, and the dimming settings appear. To change the brightness, use the brightness slider. To change the brilliance of the sidebar, use the data area slider. In addition, the dimming settings can be accessed by right-clicking on the Sun or Moon button in the title bar. Furthermore, the built-in ASCII keyboard provides the shortcuts Dim Plus and Dim Minus. Click on Dim Plus to increase the brilliance and on Dim Minus to decrease the brilliance according to the available schemes 5%, 20%, 60%, 80% and 100%. Note: if the Take Part in Central Dimming checkbox in the dimming settings is activated, any changes to the settings will be applied automatically to all other multifunction displays. Layer adjustment. The brightness of several layers can be adjusted individually. To do this, open the context menu, select Layer, and the layers will be displayed. To change the brightness, use the respective slider and checkbox. Monitor test. Open the context menu, select Chart, and click on Open ECDIS Chart 1. Right-click on the application area, select ECDIS Chart 1, and click on Grayscale Test Diagram. If all different shades of grayscale patterns are visible, the ECDIS passed the self-test. If not, the brilliance has to be adjusted. Color test diagram. Open the ECDIS Chart 1. To access the test, right-click on the application area, select ECDIS Chart 1, and click on Color Test Diagram. The color differentiation test diagram consists of 20 different colored boxes containing diagonal lines. All 20 lines must be visible in every color code in order to pass the test. The test has failed if a diagonal line cannot be clearly distinguished in one of the 20 boxes. In this case, manufacturer's support has to be contacted immediately. To close the test, click on the X button.
Basic chart operations. This unit Chart selection. The supplied charts are official ENCs and include all current charts selected by the customer. During normal operation, charts are loaded automatically. If the correct charts have been selected, the best chart material is selected in the specific area. To change the chart selection, open the Chart drop-down menu in the Permanent area and select the desired chart type, for example, ENC. Select Off if the charts should not be visible. In addition, open the Context menu, select Layers, and activate or deactivate the ENC chart checkbox. Chart status information. There are different types of status information that can be displayed in the alert line. Overscaled, The chart display range is magnified to the half scale or more of the chart scale. For example, overscaled times 2 means that the chart is displayed with a range 2 times smaller than normally defined. Better scale available. A chart with a better scale is available for the currently viewed location. To view this chart, zoom in manually. Non-ENC. At least one part of the screen is filled with data from a non-official vector chart. No ENC available. A chart with an appropriate scale does not exist at the own ship's position or centered display. Category. Shows the category selected by the user, such as Standard. Conditional display of charted objects which will be activated by the user, such as Depth or Date Dependent. Orientation modes. The default chart orientation mode for the system is North Up. To change the chart orientation, click on the Orientation drop-down menu in the permanent area and select the desired mode. It displays the available modes as follows. North Up. Similar to paper charts, the chart is always displayed towards true north. Head Stab. The heading line of own ship points upwards. The chart picture is moving with the yawing of the ship. The bearing scale is fixed, showing the relative bearing to bow. Head Up. Similar to Head Stab, but not stabilized with the gyro. Course Up. The chart automatically rotates so that the own ship is always pointing upwards on the display. Note: the Browse mode, which is for planning purposes, supports North Up and Course Up. Motion mode settings. To switch between the available motion modes, click on the Motion Mode drop-down menu and select one of the motion modes stated below. True Motion. In True Motion, the own ship moves across the screen according to the position sensor input. When the own ship reaches the predetermined limit, the chart is automatically shifted in order to keep the own ship on the screen. Rel motion. In relative motion, the own ship stays in the same position on the display and the chart, including chart objects, and moves with resultant relative speed and direction. Browse. The chart can freely be moved and rotated on the display, regardless of the own ship's direction. True Motion Reset. During true motion, the own ship symbol is moving across the screen. If the own ship symbol moves close to the display edge, the True Motion Reset function rebounds the own ship symbol until the same situation will occur again. To adjust the ratio between the ahead and the astern view, click on Settings, select True Motion, and a True Motion Reset window will appear. Drag the slider to the desired value in the percent unit to reset the own ship symbol on the chart area before the chart area boundary is reached. Ownership symbol. This feature is used if the ownership is not displayed on the chart pane, or to move the display on a position where the heading direction of the ownership can be observed in a panoramic view. To activate this feature, click on the Ownership symbol button in the application area. Moving by the crosshair cursor. It is easy to manually move the chart to an arbitrary position. To do so, right-click on the desired point on the chart. Select Chart and click on Set Chart Center. The chart will be shifted to this particular position. In addition, right-click on the chart, select Off Center and click on Set. The chart center will jump to the selected position. Click on Reset and the center of the chart jumps back to the previous position. Pointing hand cursor. The chart can be moved manually by drag and drop. To move the chart, right-click and hold on the chart, and shift the chart by moving the pointing hand cursor in the desired direction. Compass pan control. The compass pan control consists of 4 arrow buttons, which show the direction of the movement. To move the chart display, click on the desired arrow. Entering position. The chart of a desired position can be displayed by using the Go to Position menu. Right-click on the chart, select Chart, and click on Go to Position. Click in the respective value field of latitude and longitude, and enter the desired position either by using the ASCII keyboard or by using the numbers in the menu. To apply the position, click on Set. Note: this function is available in browse mode only. Range scale. The system provides the option to display charts by selecting a predefined range value. To change the displayed chart area, click on the Range drop-down menu in the Permanent area and select the desired range. The set value will be displayed on the Range button. Note: when using ARCS charts, the Range drop-down list will display scales instead of nautical mile ranges. An automatic largest scale checkbox will be available, which enables and disables the function. Zoom control. There are 2 ways to operate the Zoom widget on the application area while using ENC charts. The first option is to use the Zoom control slider. To zoom in or out, click or drag the zoom slider upwards or downwards. The second option is to use the plus and minus buttons. To enlarge the chart scale, click on the plus button. To reduce the chart scale, click on the minus button. In addition, use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in or out. Scale-dependent function. To access the scale-dependent function, click on Settings and select Chart. Click on the Scale-dependent drop-down menu to select one of the two available settings. Within effective scales. To show objects which are not present in all scales within effective scales. Always visible. To show objects which are not always present in scales. Deactivates the scheme-in function.
Unit 2. Display categories. There are 5 types of display modes that will determine the number of objects shown on the chart display. To toggle between the display modes, open the Settings menu, click on Chart, select the category drop-down menu, and choose one of the following categories. Base. The minimum chart content which cannot be removed. This display mode cannot be used for safe sailing. Primary. Covers the base display plus fixed and floating aids such as buoys, beacons and structures. Standard. Initial chart screen setting used for safe navigation, intended as a minimum for route planning and monitoring. All. Standard features plus all remaining features. Custom. Customizable display mode by using the Adjust button, based on one of the fixed display categories with more or less feature object groups. Note, it's always possible to switch back to Standard by using the Standard S button in the menu bar. Object layers and text display. Open the Settings menu and select Chart. To customize the layer items, select the respective checkbox of the value or object to be displayed. To customize the text, click on the Text drop-down menu and select the desired option. Choose Custom and the Adjust button becomes active. Click on the Adjust button to change the settings of the custom feature. Next, open the Context menu. Afterwards, select Layer. By clicking on the respective checkbox, several layers such as Scale Slider or Targets can be activated or deactivated. Date-dependent display. The date-dependent display feature gives the opportunity to show or hide the buoys which are deployed seasonally. To adjust date-dependent, click on Settings and select Chart. Open the date-dependent drop-down menu and select either Within Current Date to show all buoys within the current date, or Within Selected Range to show all buoys within the selected range. To select a range, click on Within Selected Range and adjust the range by using the Viewing Date End and Viewing Date Start spin boxes. Favorites. Each user can save his customized display settings in a Favorites profile. This may be useful when taking over the ECDIS in a customized condition from another operator. Click on Menu, select Favorite Settings, and Manage Favorite Settings appears. After adjusting the ECDIS settings to the favorite settings, create a favorite by clicking on Save New. Enter a name and click on OK. To save the favorite, click on Save. To rename a favorite, select the favorite in the drop-down menu. Click on Rename and enter the new name. To view the favorite settings in detail, click on View. To delete a favorite, click on Delete. ECDIS Chart 1. ECDIS Chart 1 displays all available feature objects and chart abbreviations of an ENC chart as a template. Templates are divided into different group categories. To access ECDIS Chart 1, right-click on the application area, select Chart, and click on Open ECDIS Chart 1. A new chart tab appears in the application area. To show the remaining templates of ECDIS Chart 1, right-click on the application area, select ECDIS Chart 1, and choose one of the given templates. To close the present template, click on the X button. Switching symbol type. Symbols for points and boundaries can be displayed differently. Chart symbols can be displayed as simplified or traditional. Area boundaries as plain or symbolized. There's no official recommendation, which means the portrayal settings depend on the operator's marked preference for the displayed style. Access the settings and click on Chart. To select the desired symbol type, click on the Symbol drop-down menu and select either Paper Chart or Simplified. To select the desired area type, click on the Area drop-down menu and select either Symbolized or Plain.
Two depth shades. Click on Settings and select Depth Contour menu. To select the two color depth, click on the number of depth shades and select 2. Safety contour. The contour lines are limited to certain intervals, depending on the available hydrographic data on which the chart is based. Therefore, the current displayed safety contour is always the next higher, deeper available contour line to the value set by the user. The safety contour line defines the barrier between navigable and non-navigable waters and is used for anti-grounding checks during route planning, as well as during the voyage. Chart monitoring. To define the safety contour, select the safety contour slider and move it to the desired value. Note: the value should not be less than the ship's safety draft calculated by the master. Isolated danger. The set safety contour value will affect the chart display, route checking, and the continuous safety watch alarm. Moreover, it determines which dangerous underwater hazards are marked with an isolated danger symbol in navigational waters. Access the Depth Contour menu. To activate the display of an isolated danger, select the Danger checkbox of the shallow water. In addition, see instruction 24202 Shallow Contour. Ship's Draft Setting. The ship's draft is used as a border for several settings in the Depth Contour interface. To access the draft settings, click on the Settings button and select Draft. Click on the Adjust button and a Set Manual Draft window appears. Adjust the draft by entering the numbers into the appropriate fields, or use the spin boxes. Click on Set to confirm. Note: in the Depth Contour interface and the Safety Depth, sliders cannot be shifted shallower than deepest ship's draft settings. Four depth shades. Click on Settings and select the Depth Contour menu. To select the 4-color depth, click on the Number of Depth Shades and select 4. In daylight condition, the 4 areas are filled with colors specified in standards of S52 presentation as follows: 0 depth contour to shallow contour, deep blue; shallow contour to safety contour, medium blue; safety contour to deep contour, light blue-gray; deep contour to unknown, white. Shallow contour. The shallow contour is set by the mariner and used by the ECDIS to distinguish between medium shallow and very shallow waters on the display. The medium shallow water area is located between the safety contour and the shallow contour. The very shallow water area is located between the shallow contour and the 0-meter contour. To define the shallow contour, activate or deactivate the Pattern checkbox to show or hide the pattern on the shallow water. To show or hide dangers, such as isolated dangers within shallow water, activate or deactivate the Danger checkbox. Deep contour. The deep contour is set by the mariner and is used by the ECDIS to distinguish between medium deep and deep waters on the display. The medium deep water area lies between the deep and safety contour. The deep water area is all water deeper than the deep contour. The deep water contour value is not used in other software functions. To define the deep contour, select the Deep Contour slider and move it to the desired value. Note: if the set deep contour is smaller than another set depth value, the value or their values will be set equal to the deep contour.
Safety depth settings. The safety depth function uses the exact value to distinguish between safe soundings with a depth deeper than the safety depth and unsafe soundings. Safe soundings are displayed in light grey, while unsafe soundings are highlighted in black to focus the navigator's attention. To set the safety depth, open the depth contour settings and either adjust the safety depth spin boxes or select the safety depth slider and move it to the desired value. Scope of depth values. Click on the Scope of Depth Values drop-down menu and select either System to apply all depth contour changes to all other multifunction displays, or Local to apply all depth contour changes only to the used multifunction display. Display contour labels. Click on Display Contour Labels drop-down menu and select either Safety to display the safety contour label only, All to display all depth contour labels, or None to hide all depth contour labels.
Look Ahead sector. To access the Look Ahead sector, open the Settings and select ECDIS Alerts. Set the Look Ahead sector by using the spin boxes of Range, Time, and Width. The distance value is calculated in nautical miles. The time value is calculated in minutes based on the current speed over ground of the own ship, and the width value is calculated in meters. The longest value of the distance and time values becomes visible. The Look Ahead sector is a safety watch function that enables an alarm whenever a monitored object is within the defined range of the sector or overlaps the safety contour. Note: the Look Ahead sector interface is used for geometrical adjustments only. It does not activate ECDIS alerts. The operator enables the visibility on the chart by activating the Show on Chart checkbox. Alert presentation. Once a danger has been detected, an alert is triggered. For example, an alarm will be triggered if the limits of the sector cross the safety contour. A warning will be triggered if the limits of the sector cross a point object such as a wreck, obstruction, and a buoy or light, or cross an area object as set in the Area Warning dialog box. ECDIS alerts become visible by the activation of the ECDIS hazards. Therefore, click on Settings and select ECDIS hazards. Here, the operator can decide about the visual alert display, which works independently from the alarm system. For further details, see Instruction 53101, ECDIS hazards. Depth limit, under keel clearance. To access the depth limit and under keel clearance, click on Settings and select Alert Limits. To set the depth limit and under keel clearance, click on the respective drop-down menu and enter the desired value. Click on Set to apply. To enable the alarm, activate the Alarm on Violation checkbox. Once the water depth reaches the set depth limit or under keel clearance, an alarm will be triggered. Depth and under keel clearance limits become visible by a colored, bold, horizontal dash or area at the selected value with the following colors. Green. Alarm on violation is activated. Yellow. Alarm on violation is not activated. Red. Depth or under keel clearance violation. Note: the depth limit and under keel clearance monitoring windows can be accessed by clicking on Tools and selecting Depth or under keel clearance. Chart Information window. To open the Chart Information window, right-click on the application area and select Chart Information. To expand the information of each group, click on the plus button. Click on the directories of interest to open and read the additional information which is shown in the right column. If there is a textual description, a Show button is placed next to it. Click on the Show button to open the textual description.